Tonight from Houston, Texas, it's the Pittsburgh Pirates against the Houston Astros. It's the rubber match of the three-game series. The Bucs trying to put behind them a tough loss last night, 11-9, as the Astros came back and scored 6 runs in the 8th inning to stun the Bucs. Greg Brown, Neil Walker, and Hannah Mears will be along. We're really anxious for the first pitch to come along to get that bad taste out of our mouths. Neil, the bullpen has been a big story for the Pirates. Last night they had the big lead, 8-3 in the 7th, 9-5 in the 8th. 2 keys to the bullpen, the lefties Mason Montgomery and Gregory Soto. They really just have struggled the last couple times out.
Yeah, and we got 2 outs actually to start that 8th inning, Greg, as Mason Montgomery struck out the first 2 guys. And then the Astros subsequently sent 9 more batters to the plate to score 6 runs. So it has been a little tough stretch here for this bullpen. Maybe call it a little bit of a mid-season or partial season swoon. You still believe in a lot of these guys down here, and I think they can get it right. But they're going through it right now, and you hope that it gets fixed fairly quickly because they got some big games coming up.
The 12 blown saves, second most in the National League. Their 50% save percentage is the lowest save percentage in the National League. In fact, only 2 teams in baseball have a lower save percentage than the Pirates. And they definitely need the bullpen to get straightened out. And they need the bullpen tonight. Maybe one guy in particular we'll get to, because Jared Jones makes just his 2nd start in the big leagues in over a year. He was okay his last time out against the Twins at PNC Park, Neil, but went just 4 1/3, and you don't expect him to go long in these games.
Yeah, knocked off some rust in that Twins game last week and last weekend, and I think you're going to just continue to see him get a little bit more sharp. That pitch count's not going to be real high tonight, so you're most likely going to see him be followed by Karma Majinski. And, you know, in a perfect world, you like to see Jones go 5 and throw about 85 pitches, and Karma Majinski comes in and closes the thing out. The Pirates score 9 runs. But that hasn't necessarily been the case of how things have worked lately. Pirates have been scoring runs, but things have been a little bit different than the pitching end of things, as you see Karma Majinski right here, and what he's been able to accomplish as a reliever in his career. Very, very impressive, Greg, in 94 games. And this is a guy, as you see, has had a lot of, 11 games of 2.1 or more innings pitched. The numbers have been incredible, so let's hope that continues.
Yeah, the Pirates expecting to have him be the bulk guy following Jared Jones. Well, the Pirates' offense has not been an issue. 4th most runs scored in baseball, and it's been the bottom of the order recently that has led the Pirates to the top of the offensive categories. We'll talk about the bottom of the Pirates' order coming up next. We're back inside Duncan Park in Houston, Texas. Final game of the 3-game series. It is the rubber match, as the Astros came back big time against the Bucs last night. Tonight, Endy Rodriguez will be behind the dish for Pittsburgh, making his 10th start for the Pirates this season. He was behind the plate on Tuesday night, collected his first home run in quite some time, his first home run for the Pirates this year, and over his last 9 games, hitting over 300.
Yeah, Endy has looked very, very good of recent. He stole a couple bases here, as you see, and in game 1 of this series, hit this double right here and a 2-run home run. He's doing a fine job behind the plate. We're going to see him in the 7th spot in the lineup this evening. So hopefully that continues from him, because he looks very comfortable and confident from both sides of the plate right now.
Yeah, the bottom of the order, providing some thump in the Pirate offense. Our Penn West University stat of the day: 7, 8, 9 hitters last 4 games, and this includes, of course, the grand slam that Henry Davis hit last night, hitting 364 OPS, well over 1,000, and the Pirates overall have scored 9 or more runs in 4 straight games for the first time since 1928. They also have that 10-game home run streak going, tied for the 5th longest streak in Pittsburgh Pirates history. So, see if the Pirates can take 2 or 3. They want more.
A healthy appetite is good for one and all, and I should be at peace with the world, baby, but still I want some more.
Pirates baseball on SNP is presented by Highmark, the official health plan of the Pirates, because life. Highmark Blue Cross Blue Shield. By Cohen Markets, everyone gets 10 cents off per gallon before 9 a.m., no exceptions. By your Western PA Chevy dealers, Chevrolet, the best-selling brand in Pittsburgh. And by Levin Furniture and Mattress, Pittsburgh's #1 furniture and mattress store. Pirates come to Houston every other year now. The way baseball sets the schedule and has the last handful of years, and the Pirates trying to win this series. O'Neill Cruz, he has been looking really good at the plate, and Tony Beasley, Pirates third base coach and outfield instructor, there alongside. Check out the Pirates lineup. Spencer Horwitz will lead things off. He had 3 hits last night. Brandon Lau will be followed by Brian Reynolds and Ryan O'Hearn. Nick Gonzalez has a modest 5-game hitting streak going. Saw Cruz, Andy Rodriguez, we talked about. Jake Mangum returns to the lineup. Mangum was 4 for 5 on Tuesday night, and Jared Triolo, who attended the University of Houston last night. Kai-Wei Tang has been a nice addition to the starting rotation. He makes his 5th consecutive start. A real boost to this injury-riddled rotation for the Astros.
Yeah, he's 3-3. He was out of the pen to start this season, and now has gone 5 times in a row through the rotation. He's got a 2.56 and just over a strikeout an inning. Pretty interesting arsenal. Lots of sweepers from him tonight, Greg, to both the lefties and the righties.
And a first pitch fastball to Spencer Horwitz. Underway. Forget about last night. It's all about now. For the Pirates, try to win this game, take the series, head to Atlanta. The Giants beat up on the Brewers again, so the Pirates can gain a game on the Brew Crew. At this very moment, they're 5 back, pending the outcome of this one. 1 ball, 1 strike. Hammered toward left center field, and Trammell is there. Sounded like it barreled that ball. As we check out the defense, it's Taylor Trammell in center, Cam Smith in right. Lamont Wade Jr. makes his Astros debut in left. Isaac Paredes, Jeremy Pena on the left side, Nick Allen, Christian Walker, the Gold Glover at first base, and Colin Price makes his major league debut for the Astros. Lamont Wade Jr. saw him a lot in San Francisco, was in the minor leagues with the White Sox until tonight. And Colin Price with Gainer Diaz, their starting catcher, still out. Christian Vasquez started the first 2 games of the series.
And for Tang, as I mentioned, that sweeper usage 30% to the lefties, 42.5% to the righties. A very similar type of movement to Spencer Arrighetti that we saw in yesterday's game. Big movement side to side on that sweeper, as you see right there.
He's 27 years old, from Taiwan. 6'4", 240. Twins signed him back in October 2017. He was traded to the Giants for a couple of minor league players. And Sam Dyson came over to the Twins in that deal in July of 2019. And then the Giants signed him as a free agent November of 2024 and traded to Houston in January this year. Line drive, fair ball, hugs the line, hits off the netting. Lau takes off for second, and Lau a double with 1 out in the first.
Yeah, Lau just barely keeps this one fair down the right field line, and I think he forgot that when it hits that netting.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Because he kind of stopped rounding first base. I think he might have thought he got a free double or something. Then he's got to turn the afterburners on, and luckily he's just in time.
Look at Lau. Oh, whoop, let her take off here. Cam Smith made a nice play, but really not close. Now Brian Reynolds extended his on-base streak to 11 straight games. Last night, 1 for 5. Brandon Lau, 13 doubles for the man who entered tonight's action, tied for 4th in the National League with 15 homers, tied for 8th with his 40 runs batted in. Reynolds is 4th in the league in on-base percentage. Chance to pick up his 39th RBI of the year. Though he was hitless in 3 official at-bats on Tuesday, he did draw a couple of walks to keep the on-base streak intact. Not so sure about it. 1 ball, 2 strikes. See what he's done during this on-base streak. Astros have really done quite a number on Reynolds over the years. He's just 6 for 46 against Astros pitching through the years. A 130 career average versus Houston. Joe Espadas Stros trying to get it going. A big game for them to try and win this series. They entered the series for the Pirates having won 7 of their previous 10 games. Boy, did they get up off the deck. Couple runs in the 7th and 6 runs in the 8th to beat the Pirates 11-9.
Well, and you can't help but thinking after that game last night about the missed opportunity to take the first 2 in this series. As you see David Rackley, the home plate umpire in tonight's game, and Chris Guccione, the crew chief, right there. And when you go, a lot of times when you go into that 3rd game, you almost feel like you're playing with a little bit of house money. Especially when you know, Greg, you got a tough Atlanta series this weekend, followed by Dodgers coming into Pittsburgh to start next week, or starting on Tuesday after the Monday off day.
Yeah, a rough one for everybody. Don Kelly, most especially. See what the game plan is for the Pirates tonight with the pitching. Ryan O'Hearn with 2 outs after a fly out by Reynolds to Trammell. Being careful with O'Hearn. Recently off the quad injury. They've DH'd him. They played him at first. Day off yesterday. 1 for 4 on Tuesday. In right field for the first time since the injury. And Marcell Ozuna sits again with Reynolds to the DH. Last night he was 1 out of 2 with a walk. His first start after 5 games out of the lineup. 1 ball, 2 strikes. There's that sweeper. And the password, Justinson Garcia, the mini cone on his cap.
It looks like it fits right on the button.
Yeah,
on top
perfect.
of the hat too, huh? Perfectly.
Hoist the cone. Offense not an issue with this team right now. The Pirates, again, 9 runs, 12 hits last night, 10 runs, 13 hits the opening game of the series. The Astros came back to win a game for the first time this year when they were trailing after 6 innings. They were 0-30 before last night. Paredes got the comeback started really with that home run with 2 outs in the 7th inning off Johan Ramirez. And headed up the middle, and the Pirates will take the lead. Ryan O'Hearn just finds a way. 1-0. O'Hearn's 31st RBI.
Yeah, terrific at bat right there by O'Hearn to get himself in a 2-2 count, fouled off a couple tough pitches, and then finally gets, I believe, a fastball up in the zone and just shoots it right back through the box.
Pirates take the lead for the first time this series. The first lead of a game. Astros had scored 2 in the first on Tuesday and led 2-0 in the 3rd inning last night.
And now Nick Gonzalez, he's had the home run stroke going of recent. Had a home run on Sunday and another one in last night's game. He just keeps finding the barrel. It's a good sign to see. He's going to be back at third base. Had a little trouble in the early part of the game last night and a couple ground balls his way, but made a few plays later in the game that he looked much more comfortable with.
Jared Jones hanging out at the bat rack. 0-2 count on Gonzalez. Runner goes. Boy, that's rare. O'Hearn taking off.
Yeah, Ryan O'Hearn, he's got 1 stolen base. He's 1 for 1 in the season. And you know, these Pirates up and down the lineup are not afraid to take some shots. We mentioned Andy Rodriguez having 2 stolen bases on the season, or 2 stolen bases really in the last 10 days. They've been very, very opportunistic in the stolen base category this season.
Not going this time. Another foul. All the steals and the power, the home runs, the streak. This offense scoring a bunch of runs, a number of different ways. Still 0-2 Nick Gonzalez. And now you got to think about O'Hearn. Pirates have 62 stolen bases, by the way. Tied for second most in the league. The Marlins have 71. And there's a strikeout, the first K for Kai-Wei Tang. 1-0 going to the bottom of the first. Ryan O'Hearn had the RBI single up the middle. Top of this first inning. Gives the Bucs a 1-0 lead. The Astros have this lineup. Jeremy Pena leads off. Yordan Alvarez. This series is 6 for 9. Leads the majors in just about every offensive category. Christian Walker will be followed by Isaac Paredes. Season debut in the big leagues for Lamont Wade Jr. Cam Smith is in right. Taylor Trammell, Colin Price, major league debut, and Nick Allen, with Jared Jones making his second major league start this season. And a first pitch strike starts him out with a slider.
Here's the Car Shield numbers for Jared. Just his second start of the season, 4 1/3 last time out, 7 hits, 5 runs, a little bit of rust. But the velocity was there through his outing. Slider looked good. We saw him mix in some good changeups, especially the left-handers. We'll see what he has in store for us this evening. Probably slated for 80-ish pitches. We'll see if that holds true.
At 77. Carmen Mlodzinski, Neil, was a long tossing.
Yeah, he was already getting ready.
Like he was starting the game.
Not sure what they have in store for Jared, but
it won't be long.
Regardless, you hope that he can get through this gauntlet of the first 4 guys in the Astros rotation, because outside of those 4 guys, as you see Carmen right there, starting to get mentally prepared at least.
Now this is not. This ball's tapped, going to be a tough play. Jones is an unbelievable athlete and almost got him. Infield hit for Jeremy Pena.
Man, how many times are we going to see Jeremy Pena find a way to get on to lead off an inning? Yesterday had a double to lead off the game, a single in game 1 of the series, and now a swinging bunt here to get on in front of quite arguably the best hitter right now in all of baseball, Yordan Alvarez.
Another infield hit. Pena had the infield hit to lead off the series. He was on base 4 times last night. Alvarez leads the American League in batting, homers. He's tied for second in RBIs, leads the majors in OPS. And then runner moves up on a wild pitch.
Changeup thrown at about 55 feet. much you can do as a catcher right there. Just hope that if you do knock it down, it stays close to you.
In the dirt. 2-0, 191 homers in his career, tied for sixth most
Don Kelly
in the history of the Houston Astros. Don Kelly is also heading out there with the assistant trainer for the Pirates, and
you wonder if
hold
he
your
did
breath
something
right now, don't you?
You know, you wonder if he did something getting to that Jeremy Pena swinging bunt.
It's Tyler Brooks, by the way, assistant athletic trainer.
Leading on to. Seems to be okay at the moment.
Oh.
This is a super athletic play just to get to this ball for Jared Jones. See if maybe he twisted his ankle, or that would be the one thing that I'd be looking at. Maybe his spike got caught in the turf, that left foot right there.
He threw a couple of warm-ups and he says he's fine. Tyler Brooks alongside, so he said you hold your breath. He's coming off that internal brace surgery, not the full Tommy John. Which helps players get back a little bit sooner rather than the full Tommy John ligament replacement surgery. 3-0. 101 miles an hour. Nothing wrong with the velocity. But he walks him on 4 pitches. Infield hit, wild pitch, walk. And Levin Furniture and Mattress Pirates defense. O'Hernan right, Cruz in center, Mangum in left, Gonzalez, Triolo, Lau, Horwitz around the infield third to first, Endy Rodriguez catching. Jared Jones now facing Christian Walker with 2 on and nobody out. And Nick Gonzalez was charged with just the 1 error last night in ball 1. .45 RBIs to lead the American League. Ball 2. And a strike. 101. Jones makes his first career start against Houston. This is only his 24th major league start, keep in mind. Slider fouled away by Walker. 1 for 5 last night. Mustache shaved off.
He sure did, didn't he?
He had the infield RBI hit in the 8th inning last night. There really was some bad luck as well against some of the Pirate pitchers.
That was the biggest of them all.
The Soto.
Because that was
strikeout.
That was a good executed pitch by Soto last night with 2 strikes to Christian Walker, and he just cue balled one to second base, but not this time. Boy, good curveball right here. Or at least visually to the hitter looked like it was something other than a breaking ball.
And now Paredes. Talked a little bit about the Henry Davis stash last night. Hannah Mears talked about it. He's alongside Reynolds, who's the DH tonight. 0-1 count on Paredes. Loud foul.
Looks to have some good, like he's got good feel in this first inning to that slider after that at bat to Alvarez. See if we can get that fastball going. I'd like to see one about 100 at the top of the zone to see what Paredes can do for that with that.
Change up. 95.
95-mile-an-hour changeup. Ay, ay, ay.
Another 0-2. Another foul. I guess the Pirates have guys that throw, in Jones's case, the hardest changeup probably in maybe in baseball, and Ashcraft has probably the hardest slider in baseball. Certainly one of them. Bill Murphy, the pitching coach. And Don Kelly. 0-2. 101. The Jones fastball was one of the fastest in all of baseball. His start against the Twins at a new career high max fastball velocity at 101.5. Just gets a piece of that changeup. Jones threw 10 total pitches his last start at 100 or more miles an hour. 6 of those were 101. See the Pirates dugout watching closely. Jared Jones, 1-2, and he gets another strikeout after the infield hit in the walk. Strikes out Walker and Paredes, and now it's Lamont Wade Jr.
Okay, well, that's one time through this 1 through 4 gauntlet. Not that the next 5 are certainly easy outs, but through the first 2 games, those first 4 guys have done a lot of damage against our Pirates pitching.
And this guy in particular, doesn't matter the uniform. And again, he's back in the big leagues for the first time tonight. The 32-year-old veteran was let go by the White Sox on Monday. He was able to sign with these Astros, but he's a career .357 hitter against Pittsburgh. Lamont Wade Jr. 5 of those home runs of those hits. Former teammate at the University of Maryland with Pirates second baseman Brandon Lau. They starred together with the Terrapins. One and two. Big 2015 year for Lamont Wade Jr. and Brandon Lau at Maryland. Following their college careers, drafted in Lau's case by Tampa Bay. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Lamont Wade Jr. drafted by the Twins in the 9th round in 2015. Struck out 3 in a row after the hit. A wild pitch in the walk. Walker, Paredes, and Wade down swinging.
Welcome back. Well, last night O'Neal Cruz joined an elite club with Barry Bonds as the only other Pirate to hit 40 or more RBIs through the month of June, paired with 20 or more stolen bases. O'Neal said that he was honored, and it was a privilege and a pleasure to join Barry in that club. He's already accounted for 20 stolen bases. His total last year was 38 through the entire year. He said he's just had an aggressive mindset getting on base. He's also worked on having a better approach at the plate. We've seen that, those 44 RBIs at this point, and homers in 3 of the 5 last game, certainly a big part of that. I asked him, with all those numbers he's been putting up as of late, seeing the All-Star ballots coming out this series, is that something he's striving for? he is certainly shooting for that, but emphasized he's continuing his process, enjoying it, putting God first, and seeing what happens. But Brownie, I'd give him a check mark at this point of the season. It's only June 4th, and look at those numbers.
Yeah, he's having, for me, so far, 2 months of the season, the best of his Pirates career. Aside from those strikeouts, he does lead baseball in strikeouts, but you'll take it when you see those numbers Hannah talked about.
Yeah, he's doing a lot of damage when he's putting the ball in play.
Yeah,
that's for sure. He's got 24 extra base hits, 10 doubles, and 14 home runs to go along with those 44 RBIs and the 20 stolen bases. 339 on base percentage, over 800 OPS.
Xfinity batting stats, reliable Wi-Fi at one price. He comes in tied for 7th with 14 homers, tied for 5th, 44 RBIs. Been on base 12 of his last 23 plate appearances. Ooh. Checked his swing, almost got hit in the back foot, and as that's going on, the appeal down third base way to Chris Guccione.
It's kind of a strange check swing right there.
(3-2) and another walk. He's also starting to draw some walks lately. Oneil Cruz on base 4 times last night. His last 3 plate appearances, he walked twice. And that stolen base will come into play that Hannah just mentioned. 20, second in the league for Colin Price. His minor league career, he's making his major league debut. 18% caught stealing. Not a great number for a catcher.
Oh, I think O'Neill thought he was a little closer to first base.
Fights that off in a line drive. It'll be a double play. Andy Rodriguez, Nick Allen. Oneil Cruz did not freeze. And he's doubled off.
Yeah, you got to freeze there. You got to make sure as a base runner, first base, you know exactly where that second baseman is for this exact reason. And especially a body as big as Oneil Cruz is, once you get going and the ball goes in that 4-hole, if it's caught and you don't freeze, you're almost automatically out.
It's one thing that goes along with the strikeouts and other parts of his game not all there just yet. Hannah said he's working hard at it, but base running can be an issue for him. There's a fly ball to center. Jake Mangum flies out to Trammell. Head to the bottom of the second. 1-0 Pittsburgh. Nothing going to the bottom of the second. The mascot of the Astros orbit trying to find something on his pirate map. Seems lost. Jared Jones facing Cam Smith.
Just a pure nuisance, isn't he?
I know what he's looking for, Neil.
Go on.
He's looking for your keys to the game presented by your Western PA Buick
that's
dealers.
right. Hey, we're going to be riding the tandem today. We're most likely going to see Carl Majinski after this, and then get back on the horse. Last night, not a pretty end to that game. Pirates got an early lead.
They get back on the winning horse.
So that's moving in the right direction early in this game, and that's a nice quick out for Jared Jones here in the bottom of the second.
Pirates have one of their horses out there now. Let's go back down to Hannah.
Jared Jones was pretty amped on his return to a major league mound for the first time since September of 2024 last week, but so much so that his first pitch was clocked at 101.5 miles per hour, his fastest in the big leagues. He agreed he was amped, said it was fun to be back out there, but admitted the fun didn't last long. He would have liked to have a better outing, but with it being the first one in a long time, his focus was those 5-ups and checking some of those boxes. Through the process, though, he felt he threw a good amount of strikes, and now it's just about mixing things up a little better like he did later in that outing. And so far it seems like the mix is all here at this point, Brownie.
So far so good, Hannah, for sure. Jones striking out the last 3 batters he faced in the first. Gets Cam Smith relatively quickly. Like the strikeouts, you like the quick outs. Talk about that a lot. That increases the pitch count. And for the guy that is not going to be out there, Neil's mentioned probably 80 pitches max, you'd think. He's at 30 now. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Taylor Trammell. 0 for 4 on Tuesday. Was a pinch hitter last night. And the strikeout. Back down to Hannah, talking about working with Bill Murphy. Hannah,
I was so curious to hear what Bill Murphy had to say about Jared Jones, but their seemingly contrasting personality at times. Murph smirked when I asked him, how would you describe Jared Jones, and said one word: electric. Well, Jared isn't the only electric one out of that duo. How about Bill Murphy? Remember this moment in the ALDS when Yordan Alvarez hit that 3-run walk-off home run that sealed Game 1 for the Astros? Well, Ryan Presley, a former Astros pitcher and now analyst, was actually talking to Murph on their pregame show about that moment. And Bill Murphy in the bullpen reacting like crazy. Apparently Murph called that home run though, and that's why they had such a big reaction to it. But that's not the first time we've seen that excitement out of Bill Murphy. Look at this, he's going crazy. We saw a glimpse of that in a Pirates uniform when we were in Chicago, Brownie.
that is so incredible. The contrast there, Hannah, of him and his walks to the mound. The Murph smirk.
I guess there's just no in between. It's either 1% or 100% for Bill Murphy, because that stride out to the mound he takes on most occasions is not anywhere near the reaction.
So how about that reaction? How about Jared Cohn's last night?
Yeah.
There's a strike. Yep, no, they're going to call it a ball. But the Pirate players were taking a step toward the dugout. If you saw Jones react to the Henry Davis grand slam last night. 2-2 on Colin Price's major league debut. 3-2. Murphy in Chicago. And I was talking about the reaction of the pitching coach now wearing black and gold, and his reaction in Chicago at Wrigley Field earlier in the season. 3-2 on Colin Price. Oh. Walks to start his major league career.
A couple impressive takes from Price right there.
And Nick Allen, 9th in the order. 2 walks for Jones. Nice ball, misses badly. Yeah, the internal brace surgery becoming more popular the last several years, and now a balk is called on Jared Jones.
Did he just go out of the windup?
Don Kelly wants to see exactly what the call was. Double checking here. Wants to know who called it and why. Not allowed to argue it, but you can ask exactly what the call was. He's going to the second base umpire, Luis Krupa. Now he goes to the crew chief, Chris Guccione.
I think Jared accidentally went out of the windup, possibly?
Well, I mean, if he did, there's no debate. There seems to be something more to it. Again, Kelly looking for an explanation, and actually he's got the umpires talking about it. Was time called, maybe? Did he step off? Let's take a look.
Yeah, he did go out of the windup. Jeez.
Yeah, but there's something more to it. I don't know whether because that's automatically a balk. There's no debate.
Yeah.
Something else happened here. Maybe somebody called time that we're not aware of. That's what Don Kelly is asking them to discuss. I think. Long discussion. Let's watch it again. I mean, can you claim that that's not his windup? I don't know. I mean, he went into the stretch. You see, he just said if you stop, you can see the second base umpire telling Jones. And then you can see the home plate umpire say you got to stop. We're going to New York. They're gonna challenge something here.
The pitcher went from a hybrid position and delivered a pitch without declaring that he was going to be in the hybrid position. This is going to be a rules check.
Oh, interesting.
I've never seen this
Yeah,
before.
you have to claim if you're doing something like that. You're going into a different position. You're supposed to.
I guess you would be deceiving the runner and the hitter.
Yeah. So they're calling New York for a rules check on this. Here he goes into the stretch this way. Yeah, I mean, I don't think Jones was. It's not like he didn't remember there's a guy on first.
I've actually never heard the phrase hybrid windup.
Chris Guccione is the crew chief there. He's talking to the home plate umpire David Rackley, and they're calling New York for a rules check. And taking a while. They're searching the rule book themselves back in New York. The rule: a pitcher using an ambiguous hybrid stance with runners on base must explicitly declare to the plate umpire whether pitching from the windup or set stretch position prior to starting the delivery.
Well,
and you can't go to a full windup with a runner at first. You can do it
with
third,
bases
but
loaded, runner
the
at third,
hybrid,
yeah.
that's where the hybrid comes in. But the pitcher is supposed to verbally notify the home plate umpire that he's choosing this particular delivery, and then once that's declared, they have to strictly follow the rules specific to that position. Take a look. He doesn't seem to say anything to anybody. And there was that balk. It took a while for it to be called. Now New York has an explanation, looks like. Here's Chris Guccione.
After this review, the pitcher must declare when he's from the hybrid position before he delivers the pitch. Therefore, it's a balk. There's a no pitch. Runner goes to second base.
Give Chris Guccione credit. He's one of the best in baseball at letting all of us know exactly what's going on here in the stadium and wherever you are, letting us know. And Don Kelly, he's got him to talk to the other umpires and then check New York for the rule situation. And after all that,
so it was a no pitch too. No pitch.
Block. We're just kind of going back and looking in our truck. Folks are looking to see if they see anything different from his first inning stretch. Two strikes. Trying to put that balk behind him as he faces Nick Allen. Allen lays off. 3-2. A 2-out walk and then a 3-2 count. And a pop up. Lau there for the final out. 2 innings complete, 1-0 Pirates. Back into the dugout goes Jared Jones and chatting with Bubba Chandler. And was that Paul Skeens next to him? Henry Davis.
So, yeah.
Jared Triolo at the plate. Triolo 1 for 3, 2 walks last night, RBI single. Opening game of the series was 0 for 2 but walked twice. .412 career hitter against Houston, 7 for 17. Spencer Horwitz on deck. Kai-Wei Tang for the Astros. And a bouncer to the shortstop, Pena. Reminder about no fees on all Pirates tickets through tomorrow. Presented by Edgar Snyder and Associates. Kick off summer with some Bucko baseball. Get your tickets at pirates.com/no fees. Any tickets that you order through the rest of the year between now and tomorrow, no fees. Well, the Pirates will be back home, their next homestand against the Los Angeles Dodgers starting Tuesday night. That figures to be a Paul Skeens night. The defending World Series champs coming to PNC Park. Two balls, no strikes on Spencer Horwitz, lined out to start the ball game. 107-mile-an-hour line out. The center fielder. This chop to Walker. Two down. Kai-Wei Tang, 5th consecutive start. Had a whole slew of pitches available to him that pretty much cut back on and streamlined it. Wow, doubled to right field in the first and scored on the hit by O'Hearn. All-star balloting underway. MLB.com/vote. No second baseman has the numbers that Lau has in the league. .865 OPS coming into this ball game. The 15 homers, the 40 RBIs. And a ground ball to second. Allen to Walker, easy 1-2-3 for Kai-Wei Tang. 1-0 Pirates. Latest episode of Bucks Bounty airs tomorrow afternoon here on SNP. Michael McHenry and Kevin Young chat about Brian Reynolds' resurgence at the plate and the Bucks' overall offensive success so far this season. That's at 5:30 p.m. tomorrow here on Sportsnet Pittsburgh and always streaming on SNP 360. Jeremy Pena swings to the first pitch. Fly ball right field. O'Hearn over. 1 pitch, 1 out. That's more like it. Jared Jones Second time through the order. Pena had the infield single in the bottom of the first.
Yeah, and that makes dealing with Yordan Alvarez a little bit better, a little bit easier. You get behind him the way he's swinging the bat right now, you might as well just throw him on first base. He's not a stolen base threat.
The Ben Furniture and Mattress strike zone. I mean, really, Neil, what do you do here? He's so hot, and well, you still have the Christian Walker on deck.
You're just very careful. I mean, if you want to throw backdoor breaking balls and, you know,
change-ups like that,
make sure that your misses right now are just like that, either painted on the black or just off the edge. Now you get behind 2-0. You know, you want to maybe pitch a little bit backwards. Maybe you want to throw a backdoor slider right here, see if you can nick the edge, get a chase.
That's a chase, 98.
What's amazing about Yordan Alvarez is he's got obviously the 21 home runs and the 44 RBIs. He's got 48 strikeouts to 40 walks.
My gosh.
When you look at him, when you look at a guy like him, the size of him, the longer arms, the longer legs, you think that there's got to be some swing and miss in there. There's very little swing and miss in Yordan Alvarez's swing, and it's extremely impressive.
Oh, smoked! Oh, what a play! Going up to get it, Brandon Lau. 115 miles an hour off the bat, and Brandon Lau was there.
Yeah, this is about the only way you're getting Yordan Alvarez out right now is if he hits it at somebody. And this one almost snuck over Lau's head. Let's see, does he get up? Oh, yeah.
Look how far the glove bends back.
Surprised he didn't hit it right through his glove.
Mm-hmm. Christian Walker. That hurt. That hurt, yeah. See my glove going back, arm went back.
Pulled his shoulder off his body.
Yeah. A little bit up and into Christian Walker. 1 ball, 1 strike. Slider misses. Walker in his second year of a 3-year, $60 million free agent contract. (2-1) and a ground single. The 2 hits, one the infield single by Pena, and this one a ground ball through the left side. Well, the Alvarez line out was smoked. Here's Isaac Paredes. You have to think that ideally the Pirates would like to see Jones go 5, but pitch count and the stress level will determine that. They're not calling it a piggyback game, but that's pretty much what it is. It's Jones and Majinski. They've set it up for this. Not too unlike what the Mariners have started to do. In Seattle, there's a fly ball to center. Cruz makes the catch. And we go to the 4th, 1-0 Bucks. Welcome to the Toyota RAV 4th inning here inside Daikin Park. The Pirates lead 1-0. Pirate fans, you're enjoying this one so far. And a hard hit, and there is the Gold Glover at first. Really makes it look easy. Christian Walker.
Yeah, quietly one of the best first basemen in all of baseball defensively. Provides a lot of pop on the other side with the bat. This is not an easy play. That ball kicks up a little bit toward his knee. And as you're moving, it's not always the easiest thing. A hard hit ball like that to adjust. He certainly did it.
Ryan O'Hearn, the RBI single in the first. The whole 0-2. Ten-day injured list with the right quad muscle strain. When he first went down, there was talk like it was going to be at least a month, 5 weeks, perhaps maybe even more. Quick healer. Great to see him back in this lineup. And hoping that Connor Griffin won't be too much longer. Check swing. 2-2. Connor Griffin out with a right elbow strain. Talked to him briefly before the game. Said he's feeling good. 2-2 fouled off. Still 2-2 on O'Hearn.
Here we go, Tiger. Here we go, Tiger.
This season, a 3.27 ERA as a starter, 1.80 as a reliever. Trammell. 2 up, 2 down. Here's Connor Griffin.
Doing a lot of work before the game. Obviously not any throwing related stuff, but getting his ground balls and getting his running in, trying to stay as close to game shape as he can until he gets the okay to start getting that arm back and ready.
Well, not swinging yet either, so they're going to take a look when they get home, but taking it, being extra careful with him. Well, the good thing is he doesn't seem terribly concerned about it.
Yeah.
That's a good thing. 0-1 on Nick Gonzalez. Talked about the sweeper and how often it's used by Kai-Wei Tang. Nick Gonzalez has the 4th highest average on that pitch, 450, among big league hitters who've faced at least 50 sweepers.
Well, Tang is, after that first inning, he's sat down 9 straight batters. Coming into this Nick Gonzalez at bat.
Well, that's some
I don't
slick
even know
stuff there. Taiwanese
what brand that is.
right-hander. Wow, another nice play. Walker handles a couple tough ones, making it look easy. 1-0 Pirates. 1-0 Pirates, bottom of the 4th inning. Statcast powered by Google Cloud. How about the whiffs, the swings and misses so far through 3 innings for Jared Jones?
The slider looks really good. We've seen a couple curveballs, a couple changeups. Those 4 seams at the top of the zone, which we know are very difficult for opposing hitters to get to with Jared Jones.
Lamont Wade Jr. struck out in the first. 3 straight Ks, all on whiffs in that first inning. Pitch usage.
Lots of sliders so far tonight, 40%. Fastball slider.
Cruz drifting back. A long out. Carmen Mlodzinski just now starting to get up, so looks like 4 innings might be it for Jared Jones. Talked about the Mariners, the Seattle Mariners, using Bryce Miller and Luis Castillo piggybacking. Going back to the 19th of May. Bryce Miller started, went 5 2/3. Luis Castillo went 2 1/3, and then it was Castillo starting, went 4. Miller went 5, and then the next start, Miller 5, Castillo 5. It was a 10-inning game. A walk-off for the Mariners.
Yeah, we talked about it yesterday, Greg. You wonder if you'll see a little bit more of this as teams try to figure out. The majority of pitchers around the league are only going 5 innings or around 100 pitches. Are you going to start to see more multi-inning, higher leverage bullpen guys, pseudo starters?
Majinski up. The Mariners, by the way, are going back to the traditional. They're, at least for now, going to do a 6-man rotation. So Bryce Miller and Luis Castillo will be pitching as regular starters this weekend. In the air, deep to left center field. And off the wall. And Trammell thought about third and scrambles back to second. Sent that one a long way. Taylor Trammell, a double.
Trammell picked the wrong spot to hit this ball on the screws. Even though it says 366 out there, he probably hit that about almost 380 because he almost got all the way above that brick wall. With 2 outs, no reason to push the envelope to try to get a triple.
Thankfully, it is not a triple. Well, with 2 outs, not as big a deal. Both Mangum and Cruz getting close to that wall in left center. And now in the right field. And O'Hearn. 7 pitches. That might be it for Jared Jones. We'll see. It's 1-0 Pirates. It is 1-0 Pirates. On the UPMC scoreboard. Pirates baseball is presented by UPMC, the official healthcare provider of sports coverage on SNP. Now O'Neal Cruz leads off for the Bucks. Top of the 5th inning against Kai-Wei Tang. He walked to start the 2nd and then was doubled off. Soft line drive to 2nd. Eddie Rodriguez and then Jake Mangum. Kai-Wei Tang has set down 8 straight since the leadoff walk to Cruz. Working with Colin Price, his major league debut. Tang has given up 5 homers in 42 innings.
Seems to be trying to be pretty careful to O'Neal Cruz here. Threw his first at bat, walked him. A backdoor breaking ball, 3-2 count. We're seeing a lot of backdoor stuff. Ball to strike.
Yeah. Again, leadoff walk. Cruz having walked now 4 of his last 5 plate appearances.
And I really feel like his adjustment in his approach coming into this year, even though there's still quite a bit of swing and miss in there, it's definitely helped him in the walking category and in the 2-strike situation category. We'll get a little bit big at times, but we're not seeing quite as much as we have in the past. And it's when you get him on first base, it's always a threat, especially with nobody out. He can score from first on a double. He can steal second. Creates a lot of havoc, and there's a lot of attention paid to him by the opposing pitchers and defense.
Yeah, I think it's worth underscoring that point about the walks. Consider before yesterday, he had been walked unintentionally 23 times all year. And here he's drawn 4 walks in his last 5 plate appearances. Close. Christian Walker tells his dugout, you might want to take a look.
Kind of
man.
a little late getting back there again. Hopefully he got that right arm in there. Looked like he did.
Andy Rodriguez. Pinch hit in the 9th inning last night for Henry Davis against Josh Hader and grounded out to end the ball game. After his 2-for-4 performance with his home run on Tuesday. That's ball lined toward right field. And going back to make the catch, Cam Smith. Rodriguez hit the ball hard twice tonight.
I just couldn't get this one away from right fielder Cam Smith, but it had extra bases written all over it.
Let's see what Jake Mangum can do. Flied out in the 2nd. One ball, no strikes. Juno looking to keep this inning going, and who knows about whether Carmen Mlodzinski is indeed going to come on for the bottom of this 5th inning. And some pacing now. All mapped out before the game. Quick throw over there from Highway Tang. Miguel Perez, bullpen coach, next to him. Two and one on Mangum. Success last year against Houston pitching. He was in the American League with the Tampa Bay Rays. Line foul. 2-2. Tarek Brock with instructions for Cruz.
Now, this is the longest this series we've seen him stay put on first base in a stolen base attempt situation. Something tells me he's off and running right here.
Let's see if he goes. 2-2. Nope. Tapper.
Now, Tang is pretty quick to home. That's a slide step. Got quick feet to first base too. Looks like he's pretty tough to time up if you're a first base runner.
Well, thanks for the information we got along about the Woods custom glove created during his time with the Giants. Still not going. Another foul. Look out. On deck hitter Jared Triolo.
Oh my.
Protect.
That's choked up probably on a 33.5-inch bat too, which is amazing.
There's that glove. Taiwan Baseball Shop. And that's a fair ball. Just fair. Jake Mangum helping first base umpire with a call. Nestor Saya. 2nd and 3rd. Double for Mangum.
We didn't see any chalk fly, but boy, was this close! And look how far. I want to know the difference between that pitch he hit and the one he fouled off before. It had to be a good 5 feet difference.
You talk about plate coverage and otherwise, that was just 68 miles an hour off the bat. Softest serve double you'll see all year. Second and third, infield in. More Mangum mayhem, as Kevin Young likes to call it. And a little pop up on the infield. And the pitcher makes the catch. Not what Triolo wanted.
Way in there. You're looking for a pitch up in the zone, but you do know in these situations a lot of times pitchers like to go in to try to get you to do exactly that right there, jam you or hit something on the ground to the pull side.
Runner at third, less than 2 outs, roughly 50% of the time. They'll score him. Levin Furniture match a strike zone. And major league hitters strike out about 20 to 25% with runner at third and less than 2 outs. We had that question from an avid Pirates fan asking us earlier today. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count on Horwitz. Now there are 2 outs after the pop up by Triolo. A walk and a double. Time called by Horwitz. Chopper, shortstop Pena. Throws him out. Pirates. Golden opportunity to pick up a run. Not able to do it. Still lead 1-0. Pirates baseball on SNP is presented by Giant Eagle, your home team for groceries. And by Barrel Automotive, driven to be better. Final game of the series here. Rubber match, and Jerry Jones back out there at least to start this bottom of the 5th. We'll see what the game plan is. First pitch, ball 1. Majinski looks like he's ready, so maybe they're thinking they don't want Jones going 3rd time through. That's such a big deal in baseball these days. Oftentimes they don't want their starters to see a lineup a 3rd time through. 2-0 count. Nick Allen popped up on a 3-2 pitch in the 2nd following that balk call. Backing out of play. I wonder, Neil, do you think that Bill Murphy or Don Kelly informs a guy like Jones, listen, we want you to go through a couple times through the order? Maybe they do. There's Bill Murphy.
I think that's possible.
Fly ball to left.
I would venture to say it's still first and foremost around that pitch count. And he's had 4, 1 up, 2 up, 3 up. He's had 4 ups and downs.
And what are we going to have here? Kelly moving around, not going to the mound though. Talking Sidney Bayo, the assistant pitching coach. Bill Murphy there too.
But I think, yeah, still building the endurance. I think, you know, Pena gets a on base or an extra base hit, and you got to face meat of the order for the 3rd time. Maybe you pull the string on him a little bit early, even at now he's at 68 pitches.
And I also wonder too about what they see of, for example, in a 1-0 game. Critical. Yordan Alvarez walked, and that 115-mile-an-hour line out. 0-1.
But I think you keep an eye on if the Slider still has sharpness to it.
Bounce to short. There's that
Big out.
slider.
Big out right there.
2 down. Take a look at the Allstate Good Hands replay. Game in the 3rd inning, 115 miles an hour.
I mean, this ball was just absolutely blistered. He didn't even get out of the box. I mean, the right fielder might have had to play at first base if this gets over his head.
It's the 3rd hardest hit out of Yordan Alvarez's career. Lines this ball to right. Tucks his hands in. And a 2-out double.
Yep, he just keeps going. Walked in the 1st. Blistered line out in the 3rd, and now a double in the 5th. Your only hope is that maybe somehow you don't have to face him 5 times tonight. And not a tremendous slide.
Christian Walker, American League leader in RBIs. There we are. Majinski ready. 71 pitches. And you know, to qualify for a win, you've got to go at least 5 innings. Starting pitchers. He's got to get Walker to complete 5.
They got him chasing that slider, or curveball actually, in the 1st inning. They got a base hit to left field in the 3rd. This is where you want to make a good pitch right here, whether it be the fastball up and in, that slider curveball combination down and away.
Fly ball shallow right, and Jared Jones is going to get the chance to get the W as he goes 5 scoreless innings, his 2nd start of the season. Back to the dugout, and congrats, Jared Jones. That was tremendous.
Very good start for Jared. Kind of a tough start in that 1st inning. A single and a walk, and then 3 Ks, and kind of just cruised from there on out. A single and 2 doubles, but no harm allowed, giving his team a chance going into the bottom of the 6th inning.
Struck out 4 of the first 7, and that was it in terms of the strikeouts, and really worked quickly, efficiently after that. And a line drive right field, Brandon Lau. His 2nd double. This time leading off the 6th inning. A 1-out double in the 1st and scoring the game's only run.
Now let's see if we can take advantage of that. Lau goes in again. 2nd time he's hit a pitch on the inner half to the pool side for a double in this game. And you get the meat of the order, 3, 4, 5 coming up.
Now Brian Reynolds, now Jared Jones can sit back and exhale.
The cone if he wants for the rest of the game, right?
Yeah. He can become Jared Cones again. Pirates had a great chance last inning to score at least 1, 2nd and 3rd, 1 out. Jared Jones, 5 innings, 4 hits, no runs, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts, 77 pitches, 74 pitches after his debut. Last time out, went 4 1/3, 77 pitches. This is most encouraging to see this tonight. Long road back.
81st pitch of the night for Tang. Kind of labored through to this point, but only given up 1 run
They get a lefty up in their bullpen. Jones, the numbers: 44 strikes, 74 pitches. And he has the chance to get the victory. A lot of work, of course, to be done, mainly by Carmen Mlodzinski. We'll see how things go for the bulk guy now. Jared Jones's last major league win, September 8th, 2024. Headed up the middle. Brian Reynolds brings home Lau. It is 2-0 Pirates. Reynolds is 39th RBI of the year.
And his on-base streak continues as well. That was at least going to move the runner Lau to third base, with nobody out, a man on second. It gets jammed, but strong enough to just shoot this one past the second baseman. It's a big run.
Reynolds' on-base streak goes to 12 straight games. And Ryan O'Hearn with a fly ball to deep right field. And clear the deck. Cannonball coming. Ryan O'Hearn, number 9. 4-0 Buccos in the 6th inning. Hoist the cone.
And it's the quick strike this inning, with Lau with a double, Reynolds with a single, and now Ryan O'Hearn with a 2-run home run to push that lead up to 4.
Pirates have homered now 11 straight games. That home run brought to you by UPMC. Welder's hood is on. O'Hearn with his home run off of Tang makes it 4-0. Of course, O'Hearn, his first game back, his first at bat back off the injured list on Sunday. His first at bat homered. We have liftoff again in Houston. 11 straight games in which the Pirates have homered. Past streaks for the Pittsburgh Pirates of 11 straight games in which the club has homered. 1966 they had a 12-gamer. 1994 they had a 13-gamer. 2012 11 games, and August of 2015 12 games. Oh my. Broken bat, chance for an infield hit. It will be. The bat winds up in shallow left. Much of the bat. Nick Gonzalez singles, loses a bat. He'll take it.
I think this froze the third baseman as we see the replay of the homer, the fastball in the inner half, right where left-handers like it. Belt high, in. Perfect spot to hit this ball in this ballpark.
Ryan O'Hearn homers. And that base hit will chase the starting pitcher. That home run, 394 feet for O'Hearn, his 9th. 4-0 Pirates. Pirates lead 4-0. There's Ryan O'Hearn moment ago. The home run, his 9th of the season. Jared Jones reacting.
He's looking for the cone.
Yeah. Hoisting it. Looking for some high fives somewhere.
Somebody, anybody.
Yeah. There we go. Who's got the cone head? It's Bubba.
It's Bubba.
Jared Jones says, that's my cone. And now Stephen Okert. Okert pitched on Tuesday. Paul Skeens there between the two.
That's mine.
Ah, you just sit down. You pitched. O'Neill Cruz lined out sharply to right field on Tuesday versus this lefty Stephen Okert. Lays off.
Oker, 30th game for him. We saw him on Tuesday. 3.33 ERA, 23 strikeouts. Lefty specialist. Crossfire and lefty.
Are we looking at another walk here for Cruz? This is incredible. Again, coming into the game last night, 23 unintentional walks all year for Cruz. 3-1.
A 3-0 breaking ball at that.
Yeah. Okert certainly remembers Tuesday night's at bat where Cruz lined out to right. 3-1 count. Slider 3-2.
That was the good one right there.
He is tough against lefty batters. Ground ball, base hit for Cruz. First and second. Nobody out. Let's go down to Hannah.
Well, O'Neill Cruz certainly looks like he likes hitting in this park. Ryan O'Hearn actually said coming into this series he loves hitting in this ballpark. His home run, evidence of that. But this hitting success for O'Hearn dates back to college at Sam Houston State. While playing in the Houston College Classic at this ballpark in 2014, he hit 2 homers that propelled his team to victory over number 26 Texas Tech. O'Hearn said whatever happened during that tournament quite literally might have got him drafted as well. He remembers hitting for a Royals scout that was here. So quite literally might have been the reason he was drafted later that year in 2014. And well, guys, the rest is history.
Thanks, Hannah. Yeah.
I'd say that helped.
Yep. Ryan O'Hearn, first of 2 years in Pirates uniform, signed as a free agent. As Hannah mentioned, how much he likes hitting here at Dyken Park. It's his 3rd career home run here in 16 games. Andy Rodriguez turns around about right-handed. Just 2 at-bats for the Pirates this season from this side of the plate. He pops it up. And the infield fly is called. The first out. Play made by Walker. Quite a pickup. Free agent. Ryan O'Hearn, and Don Kelly checks the lineup. Jake Mangum, another switch hitter, batting right-handed. Mangum doubled, hugging the line just past first base. Gonzalez at second base. He singled off Kai-Wei Tang. Strike on Mangum. 7 hits off Kai-Wei Tang. A run in the first on a 2-out single by O'Hearn that brought in Brandon Lau. This inning begins with a double by Lau. Reynolds singled him home, and then the O'Hearn home run. Back-to-back hits from Gonzalez and Cruz.
Pirates did a nice job against Tang. Only one strikeout. Put together nice at bats. He's still responsible for Nick Gonzalez out on second base. The book will be closed on him.
And Mangum with a fly ball to left field. Hit toward the wall.
Oh.
Nice running grab there by Lamont Wade Jr. for the second out.
That looked like it was going to hit off the wall in left field. Be all sorts of trouble for Lamont Wade Jr. right at the last minute.
HN Supermo look. Playing in his first game as an Astro. Triolo would love to make up for that pop-up in the fifth. With the infield in, second and third and one out, he popped up to the pitcher. He's hitting .308 versus lefties so far this season, just 26 at bats. Getting the starts at shortstop in the absence of Connor Griffin, and now the visit from the rookie Colin Price to the veteran Stephen Okert. Colin Price has walked and flied out in his 2 plate appearances, and behind the dish for the first time in his major league career. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs, 2 on. Step off.
Is that a second step off right there?
Don't know during this at bat.
Or was it that last one? Mangum.
Ground ball short. Oh! Booted by Pena. A gift for the Pirates. 5-0.
Oh, the sure-handed Pena. Very, very good over there. Shortstop has made some great plays in this series so far, and this one looked like it might have hit something. Hit a rock.
Yeah.
Boing. Watch this last hop.
Oh, yeah. Jeremy Pena won a Gold Glove as a rookie.
Nice break for the Pirates.
So they take advantage and they score 1. Let's see if they can even add on. Really make it hurt. The error on Jeremy Pena. Third error of the year on Pena.
9th batter of this inning. Pirates hitting around.
Oh, it's 0 for 3 against the starter. Highway Tang. 1-1.
Uh-oh.
Oh, pickoff.
Okay.
And Cruz just now breaks for the plate. And the caught stealing. Triolo picked off. But Pirates score 4. Ryan O'Hearn. Now they want more. Well, Jared Triolo is picked off to end this the top of the 6th. Neil, you think maybe Triolo, if he stops, they might steal a run?
Well, with 2 outs and runners on the corners and your leadoff batter up, a lefty on lefty matchup, sometimes you take a shot right here. But if you're not very sure that you're going to make it to second base, especially with a speedy runner on third, you got to stop. And if you're the third base runner, as soon as that ball gets thrown to first, if that first baseman turns his shoulders to throw to second base, you got to go home. So a little bit of a miscue right there. I think Jared Triolo, with the fact that he went on first move and the pitcher threw over, he may have just put his head down and just ran and didn't necessarily realize that the ball was going to be close. I think maybe he thought that he could make it.
First pitch or second pitch swinging and a drive to left, and wouldn't you know it, Isak Paredes greets Harmon Majinski with a home run on a 1-0 pitch. And it's 5-1. Paredes homered last night. That's number 8 on the season.
I believe that's his 100th home run of his career as well. The Mexican-born Paredes. Almost the exact same spot he hit this out in yesterday's game. Into the Crawford box.
Right down the middle. There's Lamont Wade Jr. That is just the second home run. There's a little tapper. Majinski handles that easily. I'll look at Carmen Majinski's numbers.
Carmen's numbers, 12th game, 11 of those games as a starter now. Be in pseudo piggyback bullpen role. We'll see how that continues.
Second home run. Sorry, Neil.
Oh, go ahead.
He's given up his last 4 outings. Gave up 1 his last start against the Cubs. Paredes' 100th career homer, as Neil mentioned. Milestone for Isaac Paredes. Majinski and the Pirates really want a solid 3, maybe 4 innings. Maybe he goes the distance, finishes up, I should say, the last 4. Ground ball, third, Gonzalez. 2 outs. I mean, that's the ideal scenario. A true piggyback.
When we talked about that in the opener, you thought Jones would go somewhere around that 75 to 85 pitch mark. And you thought that would probably get him somewhere around the 5th or 6th. He did his job. Got into the 6th inning. We haven't seen Majinski in a little bit, but he's probably capable of going at least 80, you would think.
He has not pitched since his Memorial Day outing against the Cubs at PNC Park. 5 innings, 1 run, 86 pitches. Ball's behind Taylor Trammell, 2-0. A bulk guy a couple times this year, including May 14th. The Pirates went with the opener, a couple of relievers against the Rockies at PNC Park. A little discussion. Taylor Trammell.
Was he trying to challenge it? I don't understand.
He looked up at the scoreboard and saw it count go to 2-1. He thought it was a ball. Apparently he didn't hear David Rackley bark strike 1. Two. Maybe stays in play. Looks like it will. And the catch made by Triolo. It's 5-1 Pirates. Score big on authentic gear at MLBshop.com. From official jerseys and memorabilia to hats and hoodies, we've got the season covered. Visit MLBshop.com/Pirates, the official source for your Pittsburgh Pirates gear. Here's Spencer Horwitz. He was at the plate when Triolo got picked off. This lefty hitter who came in with a .390 on base percentage. That's tops among all first basemen in the National League. OPS 851 coming into this one.
Fourth time through the order here for the Pirates. Horwitz looking for his first hit. Lined out sharply in the left center field gap in the first. Grounded out in the third. Grounded short for an out in the fifth.
One away. First strikeout for Okert. It's the 27th time that Horwitz has struck out this season. A couple of doubles for Brandon Loud, a couple of runs scored. Mentioned that the Brewers lost earlier today to the Giants 12-9. So if the Pirates can hang on tonight, get it to 4.5, within 4.5 games of the first place Brewers in the Central.
Oh, only 9 games going on tonight around baseball. Huh.
Including the Cubs trying to avoid losing again at home. 6-3 Athletics going into the bottom of the 8th inning, leading the Cubs at Wrigley. Pirates will have Mitch Keller starting in Atlanta tomorrow night against Martin Perez, the former Pirate. So we'll see the left-handed starter tomorrow. It'll be interesting to see what that lineup looks like. 2-2. Another foul.
Yeah, that's true, Greg. I think this is the first time since Connor Griffin's gone on the injured list that we'll see a left-handed starter. So might be an interesting Friday lineup in Atlanta.
There's Connor Griffin on the injured list. Pirates will see a left-handed starter for the first time since May the 26th. When I saw Jordan Wicks tagged him for 8 runs and 4 1/3 innings. The Cubs at PNC Park. 3-2. And that is a foul ball by much. Boy,
This is a potential third double of the game.
Walker's been tested over there. Another foul. Rattles around up there. Once some Bucco fans. Vaughn Schultz is up here. Down from Pittsburgh. Belated happy birthday to Lennox. Was at the game on Sunday. 3-2 count. Still 3-2. Pitch number 10 of this at bat. Making Okert work. Another pitch going to be coming.
This is probably his last batter, with that being his 35th pitch of the outing for him.
Looks like they'll finally get him out. Right up in the bullpen, Enyel De Los Santos for the Astros. Take a look at the road ahead, presented by Nissan. Shop NissanUSA.com today. Mitch Keller against Martin Perez in Atlanta tomorrow night. Then Saturday afternoon, Braxton Ashcraft against Spencer Strider. And Bubba Chandler against Bryce Elder on Sunday. Quite a test.
Yeah, this Atlanta team is playing as good as anybody in all of baseball, and those three guys have been throwing the ball extremely well, too. They are going to let Oker take a shot at Reynolds here.
De Los Santos, another lefty hitter, O'Hearn on deck. Braves lost to the Blue Jays, by the way, today in Atlanta, 7-2. Still the Braves with the best record in baseball, 42-21. Pirates trying to win their 34th game. One and two.
You have to see a single ABS challenge in this game from either side.
Just thinking the same thing.
Yeah. And I think yesterday, by the time the fourth inning rolled around, we were out.
Yes.
They had one left.
Okert enjoys a 1-2-3 7th inning stretch time. Pirates lead 5-1. Let's recap what's happened so far in the game. Our dashboard report presented by your Western PA GMC dealers. Jared Jones, the big news. Second start in over a year. This was a good one. 5 innings, 4 hits, no runs. Ryan O'Hearn, a couple of hits, home run. Isaac Paredes homered for Houston against Carmen Mlodzinski. That's significant because a right-hand batter against Carmen Mlodzinski. Last home run he gave up to a righty hitter, Randy Arozarena, July 6th last year. Here's O'Hearn, that home run his 9th.
And that 4-run sixth, top of the sixth for the Pirates is the difference right now in this game. Saw Ryan O'Hearn 2-run home run and drove in that run in the first inning to get the scoring started.
Colin Price, 0-2 count. Mlodzinski. Oh, man. Sweeper. Strikes him out.
Carmen's looking pretty good. That was a sharp breaking ball right there. Look at the depth on it.
That strikeout was presented by Coppers, protecting what matters, preserving the future. Yeah, so Mlodzinski, you know all about the kerfuffle when it was announced that he was going to the pen. Round single to right field for Nick Allen. And now here's a message from Levin Furniture and Mattress.
Lazy Boy recliners starting at $395 at Levin.
Mlodzinski was on the restricted list for a day. Wasn't ready to go back to this bullpen role. Obviously wasn't thrilled with it. Fought hard last year going into the 2025 season to convince the Pirates that he could succeed as a starting pitcher. Ball strike on Pena. No swing. Well, Majinski began the year in the rotation. Earned his first big league win as a starter. Opening road trip. 5 innings. 1 run against the Cardinals April the 7th. Line drive. And a diving catch. No, a trap.
I'll step on first anyway.
Yeah, go ahead, step on it. Just in case. Because they'll, and Horwitz does. Mangum seems convinced he caught that ball. Not up. Nope, they're not going to challenge. Finally, he says, no, I didn't catch it.
It's almost identical to the ball Brian Reynolds got in yesterday's game. From our vantage point, 300+ feet away, it looked like he got it. Now that we see the replay, just didn't get it. But when you see an outfielder come up and do that with his glove, you assume that he got it. But maybe he was trying to trick the runner into going back to first.
Oh, that could be. Nope, didn't catch it. Well, now the big test, Neil.
Yep, this was a time in the game last night when things got a little tricky. 4th time through the order with the meat of this really good top 4 coming up. And the hottest hitter on the planet.
Yordan Alvarez walked in the first against Jones, lined out very sharply to second, and then doubled to right. Alvarez, 7 hits, 11 at-bats in this series. Oh, Andy Rodriguez almost had a chance there for a pickoff. Nick Allen then wandered way off the bag. Fly ball to left. Gigantic out.
Just breathe a huge sigh of relief.
2 down. Not out of the woods with Walker coming up, but man, that ball, anytime it comes off that bat.
He hit an opposite field home run. The first swing of this series to left field. You can tell he just missed this one.
Two outs. Walker, the RBI leader in the American League, 1 for 3 in this game. Living Furniture and Mattress strike zone. His catches the edge of the plate, no challenge. 2-1. Now a challenge from the batter.
Pitcher's rolled a strike. The batter is challenging.
ABS powered by T-Mobile. Looks like they've got a lot of plate.
Call is confirmed. Houston has 1 challenge remaining. The count is 2-2.
Majinski struck out Colin Price to start the inning, then back-to-back hits. Alvarez flies out. 2 outs, 2 on. Pirates lead by 4, 7th inning. Line foul. front of the curveball from Majinski. Walker has a .718 career OPS versus Pittsburgh. The former Diamondback, one-time fourth-round pick of the Baltimore Orioles back in 2012, waived a couple times, claimed by a couple organizations. Bouncing ball, deep second. Lau on to first. Scoreless, 7th inning for Majinski. One Pirates lead, go to the top of the 8th inning, and time now for our Penn West University Educating You. Ryan O'Hearn, who will lead off this 8th inning. Last time up, homered, and that was significant. The Pirates have now homered. As you see O'Hearn coming to the plate, they've now homered in 11 straight games. And there's the list, the longest home run streaks in Pirates history. De Los Santos, first pitch, strike one.
There's De Los Santos' number 24th game, second time we've seen him in this series.
Scoreless, 6th inning on Tuesday night. A couple of strikeouts. Struck out Triolo and Horwitz and gave up a bunt hit to Jake Mangum. 1-2 on O'Hearn. And O'Hearn down on strikes. Bucko Luau weekend presented by Levin Furniture and Mattress coming up. Starts a week from tomorrow. The weekend kicks off and concludes Sunday, June 14th, 1:35 against the Marlins. Kids 14 and under get a retro lunchbox while supplies last. Get your tickets at pirates.com/Bucko Luau. Keep in mind, no fees. Tickets purchased through tomorrow, and a drive to right center field. Wow. Tracked down by Trammell. How about Nick Gonzalez giving that ball a long ride?
You haven't seen many balls like this off the bat of Nick Gonzalez. He's starting to come into a little power surge, Greg. 2 homers in the last 5 days. This one nearly got out to one of the deeper parks of this ballpark.
That's 380 feet to right center. Taylor Trammell. The fence approaching. Gonzalez. And that ball, long ride. Couple of strikes on Cruz. He's missed the strike zone. 0-2. One missed, one catches, so the count is where it should be. 1-2. Line past the shortstop Pena. He thought he might have a play.
He came pretty close, but I think this ball was probably about 110 off the bat. Let's see. Holy smokes. Right back in your living room.
Yeah, 106. Up the middle. He's on base for a 4th straight time. about this stretch for O'Neill Cruz? Getting on base. He's on base 16 of his last 27 plate appearances.
Get out.
Oh, nice play by Paredes. The basket catch. Retires Andy Rodriguez. 5-1, head to the bottom of the 8th. Pirates baseball on SNP is presented by AHN, official medical provider of your Pittsburgh Pirates. Pirates need 6 outs. Is Carmen Mlodzinski going to be called upon to get all 6? Strike 1. Was this the game plan? Hoping Jones would go 5, Mlodzinski finish piggybacking 4. This beleaguered Pirates bullpen. Have to figure Gregory Soto is not available. The Pirates closer working each of the last 2 games. Two and two. Nick Gonzalez hit that ball a long way moments ago. That would have been a home run in 3 other ballparks. You care to guess, Neil? Take a shot.
Right center. That deep.
You should
PNC
know
Park.
one for sure.
PNC Parks, Cincinnati.
No, not PNC
Milwaukee.
Park. Whoa, Cincinnati you got. There's a line drive left field. And Mangum will make the catch.
Chicago.
No.
Wow.
And you should know for another reason.
You did, so Cincinnati's 1.
Yep.
Not Milwaukee.
No.
New York.
Yes, Yankee Stadium.
Yankee Stadium. And Baltimore.
No, the other one's going to be harder, I think, to get. It's American League City. Right center. You didn't play much there, I don't think. So check that.
Give me a sec. Not Tampa.
No. We'll find out how many games you played in this.
Chicago.
No.
The other Chicago, I should say. Anaheim?
Bing, bing, bing.
Yeah, that's well. They dropped when they dropped that wall.
Yeah.
That's right. I always forget about that.
He played 10 games there.
I always forgot about that. I can remember
No,
being.
sorry. He played 6 games there.
I can remember being in one of the worst slumps of my entire life with the Yankees, and going there, and they had just put that wall down, and I hit a ball. I hit a ball to right center field, and I remember thinking, "Oh my gosh, I'm finally. This is gonna be a breakthrough." Guy goes back, reaches over the wall.
No, no, robbed you.
Robbed me.
Oh my gosh. That was in 2018, and a swing and a miss. Mlodzinski gets Lamont Wade Jr. to strike out. Second K for Mlodzinski. Two outs in the 8th. Here's Cam Smith. Strike 1. Smith was 0 for 2 against Jared Jones, who went 5 innings of 4-hit shutout ball. Mlodzinski got him to ground out in the 6th. Oh, nice stop. Gonzalez on the first. Oh, and the pick on the other end. How about that tandem? Nick Gonzalez and Spencer Horwitz. A defensive gem to end the bottom of the 8th inning. Little snow cone gathers it. The pick. 5-1 Pirates.
Well, what a beautiful play to end that inning by Nick Gonzalez. You see him smiling and laughing. Had a little bit of a tough day yesterday on the defensive end, but ends the 8th inning with an awesome in-between hop on a speedy runner, too. You see the snow cone catch. He's got to get up quick and get rid of it, and a terrific pick on the other end.
9th inning.
That's a tough, really tough ball on a first baseman, the one that kind of pops up in your midsection.
All right, Abreu, the new pitcher. Abreu pitched Tuesday night. Gave up a home run to Brandon Lau. Mangum also had a hit off of him. Tattoo on the neck, the ace, Ryan Abreu. High praise. Strikeout for Mangum. You can stream Pirates games at home or on the go with SNP 360. Just go to getsnp360.com or scan the QR code. Log in with your provider and get direct access to live games, plus all of the Pittsburgh sports content you love. One away, Jared Triolo at the plate. Oh, 1 count. Well, this is working out. Doesn't always work out. Sometimes it does, where you have a game plan and it's scripted and the players follow through on that script. So far, so good. Jared Jones 5 innings, and now Majinski will have a chance to finish up a 4-inning save. His first game as a bulk reliever. He'll be facing the bottom third of the order. Pirates look to add on a little bit here at the top of the 9th. Strike 3 is called. Triolo might have been a time if he thought there was a ball he could have challenged. No challenges yet by Pirates. Does catch the inside edge. Majinski ready to head back out there. Game on base streak on the line for Horwitz. Anxious to get out there. Carmen Majinski has 1 major league save. It was back in 2023. On-base streak is extended with a 2-out walk. 31 walks, 27 strikeouts for Spencer Horwitz. Talked about it before. It's so rare. He's the last Pirate to walk more than he struck out in a season was Doug Mankiewicz. Brandon Lau at the plate. 2 for 4.
Man, Horowitz with that walk, Greg, you mentioned it. He's got a strikeout tonight.
Yeah, 27 Ks, 31 walks.
31 walks. Man, is that impressive.
We're back to 2008. Mankiewicz did that with the Pirates. Mankiewicz walked 44 times, struck out 28 times for the 2008 Pirates. Meanwhile, Brandon Lau having so far a record season. Only Pirate with at least 15 homers, 40 ribbies across his first 55 games with the team. No other player has done that since RBIs became an official stat in 1920. Abreu strikes him out. Head to the bottom of the 9th inning. 3 more to get for Carmen Mlodzinski. Carmen Mlodzinski gave up a home run to the first batter he faced in the 6th inning, Isaac Paredes. Since then, he's allowed 2 hits. We check out the scoreboard on the UPMC scoreboard. Pirates baseball presented by UPMC, the official healthcare provider of sports coverage on SNP. And tomorrow, the Pirates will be taking on the Braves. Our coverage begins at 6 o'clock here on Sportsnet Pittsburgh. Pirates and Braves, first of a 3-game series from Truist Park in Atlanta. Mitch Keller against Martin Perez. Pirates with 3 more outs. Yeah, Marcell Ozuna likely going to be in the starting lineup again with the lefty Martin Perez. A win and the Pirates are 4.5 back in the Central. And they will have won 8 of their last 11 ball games if they get 3 more outs. 5-1 Pirates lead. Fly ball shallow right and sliding try, but O'Hearn can't come up with it.
It looked like O'Hearn had a beat on this. And I think when he hit the ground, just hit the heel of his glove. Yep.
Now, sometimes we have seen the Pirates use Justinson Garcia in late innings for defensive purposes. You could have put Garcia in right and moved O'Hearn to first since Horowitz just batted. And now 0-2 on Colin Price, his major league debut. He's walked, flied out, and struck out.
Let's see if he can locate something down in or down and away right here for a potential double play ball or strikeout.
Struck him out.
Beautiful, beautiful.
1 down here in the bottom of the 9th inning. Carmen Mlodzinski.
Look at the depth on this. Starts middle in and runs all the way off the plate.
Mlodzinski looking for a 2nd career save. And the pinch hitter is Jake Myers. batting for Nick Allen. What do you think about holding a runner on here at first? Double plays in order.
Yeah, I think if you got a lefty up right now, you probably are playing back to guard for a potential double or easy ground ball through the 4-hole. But with a righty up, chances of a backside ball
slim.
First baseman to get to is pretty slim, so you might as well try to keep him a little bit closer, at least at first base.
0-2, 1-2. The last 4 inning save by a Pirate, in which the Pirates were leading and ended up winning the game by fewer than 5 runs, which is the case here. Thomas Harrington, April 7th last year, in relief of Carmen Mlodzinski. And he's 2 outs away from his 2nd career save in his first game back as a true reliever, and a bulk reliever at that. Two and 2 on Jake Myers, pinch hitting. Three and 2. Now keep in mind it's a 4-run lead, but Jeremy Pena's on deck, and in the hole, Yordan Alvarez. Three and 2, a big pitch here from Mlodzinski. Have to do it again. There he is. He looms. Another 3-2 pitch. Ground ball short. Triolo, 1 on the first. There it is. Double play. Where in the world is Carmen Mlodzinski? He's in Houston, where he earns the save for Jared Jones. The Pirates take the series. They're only 4.5 back of the Brewers in the Central, and it's on to Atlanta.
Just like you draw it up, Greg, you got Jared Jones going 5 and Carmen Mlodzinski going 4. It's exactly what Don Kelly wanted to see in this game tonight. Pirates offense did a terrific job, got the lead in the first and tacked on 4 more in the 6th. And the pitching did a terrific job holding them, the Astros, to 1 run.
They raised the Jolly Roger here in Houston, and the North Star Chevrolet Buick and GMC star of the game, Ryan O'Hearn. O'Hearn, the RBI single in the first inning, gave the Pirates a 1-0 lead. They wouldn't look back. He would add to it with the home run, 349 feet over the right field fence. It made it 4-0, his 9th of the year. And the Pirates go on to win it by the final score of 5-1. And Jared Jones, in his 2nd start since coming back from the surgery, well over a year, gets his first win. 634 days since his last major league win. Had to feel good, and boy, it had to feel good for Carmen Mlodzinski to go out there and deal 4 innings for the save. Hannah Mears is down there with Carmen.
Thanks, guys. Carmen, first and foremost, congratulations on your 2nd career save. Knowing, going back to the bullpen and coming out and doing this for the team when this bullpen needed a boost in a big way, how much more special does that career mark feel?
Yeah, you know, it feels good. You know, just tip the cap to the offense, I think, this whole series, honestly. And it's great to see Jared kind of back out doing his thing and put up those zeros today, you know. So we're just going to roll from here. I think we're in a good spot.
Speaking of some of the good things that have happened in this game, ending on that double play as well. There was a lot of good defense behind you. We saw a ton of smiles to them from you tonight. What did those moments mean to help pick you up there as well?
Yeah, I mean, you need your defense to pick you up. You know, I can't say honestly I was like super sharp today. It wasn't a perfect outing, but you know, no walks. So let the guys put it in play, and I know we have a good defense behind us tonight. So, and they made the plays to kind of prove that for sure.
You mentioned this offense all series long has been so big, 11 straight games with a home run. To be able to pay compliment to them with this pitching performance duo between you and Jared Jones today, what did that mean to help get this team a series win and on a high note to Atlanta?
Yeah, honestly, it's been all year, honestly. It's not just this series. Our offense has been the spark for our team, I think, this year. So I know that, they know how good our pitching staff is, and I think that they know down the road we're going to pick them up, but right now it's all the offense for sure.
A lot of smiles between you and your catcher, Endy Rodriguez. How was it having his energy behind the plate?
Yeah, Endy's great. Honestly, there was some laughs on some funky pitches that got outs. We threw an unintentional sinker up to Alvarez, which got a fly out, and then that last one was a little bit of a backed up slider to get a double play. So kind of laughing at him, just like, yeah, it must have been how we drew it up before the game. So yes, good smiles and good laughs with Endy back there for sure.
Hey, whatever works for the win, right, Carmen?
That's right.
Hey, we appreciate your time. Thank you so much. Congratulations.
Thank you, I appreciate it, Hannah.
Brownie?
Thank you, Hannah. Thanks to Carmen Majinski picking up the save, 4 innings, and as Neil Walker just said, this is how you draw it up. Jared Jones gets the win. First in 634 days, the Pirates take 2 of 3 from the Astros, and now they're 4.5 back in the National League Central Division. On to Atlanta, GA. But first we'll go back to Pittsburgh, PA for the post game to break this one down. Big win for the Bucks, 5-1 in Houston, Texas.